The way of the reliant. We are the reliant. We learn so that we may teach. We plan for adversity and cherish the privilege. We endeavor to master our emotions, embracing rational thought. We are not controlled by fear. We are not controlled by rage. We are not driven by greed. We are perpetually optimistic. We work tirelessly. Honor, virtue, humility, truth, and justice are what we strive for. Each of us provides for another and never just for ourselves. When others are surrounded by the darkness, we are the light to guide them. We are the reliant.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Angry Jackalope, Robert R. Ricks. I had a overwhelming thought this morning to do a quick video, and figured I'd do it before my meetings and everything else got started. What's up, Gary? What's up, Evan? Good to see you, motherfuckers. So, as the title of this video says, really, what's important in life? So let's get closer here. Come on in. All right. So really, we're told and shown at an early age that money is everything. Money rules the world. Money is the key to happiness. And, you know, some people, myself included, used to say, well, money doesn't buy happiness, but boy, oh boy, it does pay for some fun experiences, right? And that's not a wrong assessment, but it's also a key point that people need to kind of get right in their head. Money isn't the end-all be-all. And I have a little story. You may have heard this story before, but I'm going to paraphrase it because I think it's relevant. I was in my head earlier today, and so I thought, fuck, I'll do a quick video on this. So this guy's on vacation, this tropical island. He sees this fisherman out just catching fucking monster fishes. And so he asked the fisherman, dude, you catch these fish easy. You're like a fucking fish whisperer. Like, how does it work? He goes, I just know where to fish. I know to fish, and I know to bait, blah, blah, blah. He goes, so you can catch as many of these motherfuckers as you wanted to. And the fisherman's like, sure, I guess I could, but, you know, I catch enough for me and my family, and, you know, sometimes I catch a few extra for friends and stuff like that, but yeah, you know, for the most part, I'm good. He goes, okay, so why don't you just stay out and fish more and sell these fish? These fish are expensive, and people, you know, the markets will buy them and everything. He goes, but why? You know, it's like, there's no need. He goes, okay, well, let me ask you. Okay, so you catch your fish, you know, what do you do? He goes, all right, well, I get up in the morning. I go out on a boat. I catch the fish. I come home. I spend time with my kids, playing with them and everything else. In the afternoon, I take a nap with the wife. Then I get up, kind of make a little meal, and then later on, I head into town and hang out with my buddies, and, you know, we play guitar and have a grand old time and drink and go home and spend more time with the wife and go to bed, rinse and repeat. Yeah, but see, you're wasting all this time, you know, the businessman says to the fisherman. He goes, all right. Fisherman's like, okay, well, break it down. Tell me how shit works. Lace my boots up. He goes, well, here's what you do. You're gonna get an investor. I have tons lined up. You get more fishermen. You teach them the methods that you do. You get a bunch of the fish. You bring them down to the factories. The factories then get them ready, package them up. Then you grow your business, and then you keep expanding into distribution and marketing, etc. Blah, blah, blah. He goes, and then what? And he goes, then you do this, you do this. He goes, okay, and then what? He goes, after a while, you're making fucking millions and millions of dollars. He goes, okay, and then what? He goes, and then, you know, eventually you get to retire. He goes, okay, and then what? And then after you retire, you can get up in the morning, go fishing, come home, spend time with your kids, eat an afternoon meal, take a nap with the wife, you know, unencumbered, and, you know, get up later and go hang out with your friends playing guitar and drink all night. And the fisherman just smiles at him and says, isn't that what I'm doing now? I read that story and it makes me laugh because it kind of illustrates the problem that a lot of people have, right? So a lot of people want, or their lives are fed by so much ego. I remember myself, one of my goals years ago was to change the world in such a profound way that I would be remembered for all time. I wanted a legacy. I wanted, you know, to have something like Lovecraftian. Okay, so as a writer, Lovecraft, there's now things that are coined after his writing style. That's Lovecraftian, right? Or Socrates, Caesar, hell, Hitler. You know what I mean? You can say whatever you guys want about Hitler, but that motherfucker is known, right? So that's a legacy. Even though it's a nasty legacy, it's still a legacy that was left behind. And for a time, I craved that. I wanted that. I wanted to be legend. I wanted to be the thing. And then I realized it didn't fucking matter. It really didn't. And I think part of the catalyst for that was seeing my biological father die, and the only thing that was left was a really piss poor obituary. And it kind of bugged me because I was like, fuck. You spend your whole life doing stuff and then you die and nobody fucking remembers you. And I thought about that, and then I realized, who gives a fuck, really? Like, who am I really? Like, dude, get past yourself. And those were one of the early steps that I did to start getting right in my head and being able to, exist and not let shit really fucking bug me. So I let that ego go. And I've been sitting and thinking about the here and now, the reasons why, what's really important. So a lot of things that are important to us don't require money. One is health. And the funny thing is, you don't really think about your health until it's fucked. Then you start to think about your health. And then the older you get and the more fucked up your magnificent body becomes, boy oh boy, then you wish you had all the money in the world to retrofit and fix your body after the fact. Where if we were right in our minds from the very beginning, our bodies would have been able to handle pretty much anything we threw at it. A sense of community, having a community of people that you spend your time with and that you have relationships with don't cost you money, and of course I'm abstracting these things out because there are costs usually associated with a tons of things. Safety, safety is something that people don't take into consideration, but if you live in relatively safe environments, meaning you have a structure you live in without a fucking lion eating your ass or a bear attacking you, or, a barrier to prevent a two-legged assailant from coming in and fucking with you on a regular basis, you have relative safety. Even with, people talking shit about government or police or anything else, here in America at least, most citizens live in a semblance of safety. Even in certain rundown areas like the ghetto and everything else, there can exist a moniker of safety as long as you understand the environment in which you are living. Now, there's always going to be a random element. There always is. But if you sit and obsess over random elements, you're going to be a miserable person anyway, because you're always sitting there thinking, what if, 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 what if. And sometimes by thinking of those what ifs, you're actually manifesting and creating the attraction to have that thing happen to you in the first place. So that's why it's really, really key to have your mindset dialed in, because that whole concept of me, myself, and I is actual. We'll get to that at some other points, but just keep in mind, the mind itself is fucking amazing thing. So you got community, you got your health, you got safety. Do you have food? Do you have base nourishments available for you? I know some people don't, but even the people that have just enough, comparatively speaking to other parts of the world, we're living like fucking kings. America is king of excess. We have way too much waste, but that's a whole nother concept. another discussion. And there's a few other things that are important, but the here and now, as well as experiencing and acknowledging all of the good things that you've got going for you. So we go back to the fisherman. He was able to get up in the morning. He was able to go out and fish. So he had his health. He had his physical ability. He had his mind. He had a means by which to catch fish. So let's say he didn't have a boat, but he just walked out to a pier. And on the pier, he was able to catch the same sets of fish. It doesn't really matter. And some would say, well, how did he get the fishing pole? How did he do this? You're overthinking it. That's not the point. And that's the other problem with us, is we overthink shit. We tend to elevate things. Like, how many times have you had an expectation of something, and then you go and you get it, and you're really bummed out because it didn't live up to your expectation? It didn't believe, you believe too much hype, right? So you got to go back to Public Enemy. Don't believe the hype, right? So what I do whenever I approach something is I set zero expectations, or I might even think, yeah, this probably isn't going to be that good, right? So I'll go with a lower expectation. I'll lower the bar. Now, by doing that, every time I lower the bar of expectation and I go, I'm pleasantly surprised most of the time. And on those rare occasions when I do something and it actually matches that low expectation, I'm not disappointed, right? But again, here's the key. If you start your day out with a positive mindset, and you don't allow yourself to fall into the trap of setting expectations too high for something, you'll find more enjoyment in things. And here's what I mean. This morning I woke up a little later than I thought I was going to. And so my immediate thought was, fuck, I got up later than I wanted to, so that's going to set me back a little. Though I caught myself. Yeah, fuck that noise, Rob. You're good. You got the whole day. You're good. I'm like, that's right. Then I started to go through my checklist of all of the things that I am grateful for. And some of that was, I'm happy with my health. And somebody could say, well, Rob, your back is still fucked up. Your neck is fucked up. Your rotator cuff is fucked up. Your knees are fucked up. Your ankles are fucked up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, but I woke up. So, that's the first thing. I fucking woke up. That's a good thing. I have another day. And people won't grasp that core concept of I have another day until they're on their deathbed and going, fuck, I wish I had another day. So I have my health. I woke up. I thank the Father. Thank you, Father, for another day. I hope there's stuff I learn. I hope there's things that will be interesting. And that's it. Again, I'm not setting expectations. I'm not saying, oh, this is going to be a shitty day, or this is going to be a fucking great day, or whatever. Now, you could do that. You can set your expectations for the day. You can declare, today is going to be a fucking glorious day. And it is. If you understand that, if you make it through the whole day, and even if you don't, but if you make it through the whole day, by definition, that's a glorious fucking day, because you survived and experienced a whole nother day. You experienced here, now, and went forward. That's amazing. That's great. But people dismiss it. It's like they take life for granted. And there's a problem with that. Life will give you what you want if you work for it. So I sat and thought about it. I thought about it like, well, fuck. Here we go. We got a day. What am I gonna do? And so in the past, I just did. I just looked at the stress. I said, fuck, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. Again, what did I say? Fuck, I gotta do this. Okay. I don't really. I mean, I have a choice in everything. I can say, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. Go broke, lose the house, lose everything, blah, 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 blah. And that's not feasible. But nonetheless, I still have that as an option. That's the other point that people overlook. You do have the choice. Now, granted, there's painful choices and there's easy choices. Just as there's lazy choices and there's very difficult, hard-working choices. Those are the things that we have available to us. So if I start my day out and I say today is going to be a glorious day, that's awesome because now I'm putting a positive mindset on what I'm going to do. But you have to be good in your heart and in your mind with whatever happens. And that's why the expression, it is what it is, becomes this bulletproof armor that you wear around your mind and your heart. It is what it is. Here's an example. I'm going to meet with a client. I'm driving my car. My car blows the tire. Okay. Normally I'd be pissed. Fuck! Fucking fuck! I don't need this right now. I don't need this right now. I got a fucking very important meeting. I gotta get it. Fuck. Right? Get out. Work on a fucking tire. Get it going. Now I'm dirty and filthy. Okay? Alright, so, fuck it. I'm got the tire on. I'm heading to the meeting. Let's go. Hit traffic. What the fuck? What the fuck? Now, I could be at this point saying the universe is against me, right? It's conspiring to fuck me in the ass. It's fucking me over. And I'm getting all upset. Then I show up to the fucking thing. I'm filthy. I'm sweaty. I'm angry. I'm anxious. I go and I meet the client. Client looks at me. Goes, oh, hell no. Fuck this noise. I'm not fucking with this dude. Look at this guy. He's fucking filthy. He's sweating. He's what the fuck? So now, my appearance has put him off. I stink. Everything else. I try to salvage the thing. I'm fucked up. All right, let's play it differently. Play it differently. I get a flat tire. Boom. Oh, shit. Well, all right, I know I'm going to be late. So I text the client, hey, just got a flat tire. I'm going to be a little bit late. Just understand I got a flat tire. I'll be there. Okay. Get out. Take my time. Make sure I'm not getting filthy. Takes a little bit longer. Get the tire on. I drive. I hit the traffic. Son of a bitch. Wow. Okay. Text him again. Hey. Again, apologies, but traffic is ridiculous. I left an hour early for the meeting, but the flat tire set me back 30 minutes, and now it looks like this traffic's going to make me a little bit late too. Again, I apologize. I get to the restaurant. I walk in calmly. I'm not sweating. I'm not agitated. I'm just saying, okay. I see the client. He looks a little irritated, but he understands why I'm late because I've articulated to him the whole time. I shake hands with him. I meet him. We talk, and the meeting fails. He decides not to go with me regardless. Now, A and B situations, I could be upset. I could be so grumpy and fucked for the whole day. Or I get to say, fuck. Well, it is what it is. I'll get the next one, right? So now, I go home, I debrief, I think about it. Situation one, I allowed myself to get work up, which, it happens to all of us. We're human. I get to the situation. Now that deal goes bad. The only thing I can do, I have things I point to. Well, if it was the fucking flat tire and the fucking traffic, that's why I got all fucked up and blah, blah, blah. Instead of acknowledging the fact that perhaps it just wasn't meant to be. So option B, I go and talking with the fucking guy and everything else, and I was calm and he was happy I communicated, but at the end of the day he said, you're too expensive for me, but I do appreciate your time. Okay, now there's another way to look at all of this. Option one, relationship ruined, no chance to do anything with him, deal went sideways, I was negative Nancy the entire situation, probably we fucked the whole day. Option B is by me going, okay, this deal didn't work out with him. It is what it is, but the relationship is still intact. There may be a point in the future where I can come back around and keep dealing with this person on a relationship level. And even if I'm not the one that's helping him, I might find other things to help him, and then he may find other people that fit better with me. It's all about relationships. It's all about relationship with yourself. It's all about setting expectations and understanding sometimes things will just happen outside of your control, but you have the ability to choose how you deal with it. And also understanding a lot of what we're looking for, a lot of what we're seeking, a lot of the stuff that we want, that we covet, that we're looking to do the quick licks to make the money and everything else, you already possess. You have it. That's the irony. That goes back to the fisherman story. The things that you want, that you fight so hard to get the money, the things to do, you could have right now by modifying your schedule or modifying something or sacrificing something else for you to have access to the things that you really want. Parents will always bemoan the fact that the kids grow up too fast and they miss when they were little. Because your kids, when they're little, you can't wait for them to talk, and then when they start talking, you can't wait for them to shut the fuck up, and then when they do shut up because they leave and go somewhere else, and you're like, fuck, I miss my family, and blah, blah, blah. You won't get those times back. There is no backwards. There's only forward. That's the thing that people get tricked. This system is diabolical. It's fucked up. It's a trap. All they want to do is break you mentally, turn you into a fucking slave, and then feed you these fantasies that people buy hook, line, and sinker, only to realize late in life they've been bamboozled. They've been tricked. So, in the vein of the Matrix, are you going to take the blue pill or are you going to take the red pill? Because if you live your life according to the way that they've got outlined, you're statistically proven to be miserable. You're going to be unhappy because you're allowing them to define the boundaries and the model of happiness. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You know? It's just fucked up. So John's life says, it's just a day when I wake up. But it's so much more. It's so much more. You know, I was talking to my son yesterday. My son he's a senior now. And so he's trying to figure out his life. He's trying to figure out, where do I go? And my advice to him was, son, live life, experience life, look around, find problems. All the areas you find problems, they need solutions. You can be the catalyst to change that one piece. And if everybody started looking for problems to fix, and everybody started to help each other just to be helpful, just to help, and if everybody started to pay attention to themselves and give themselves what they need, then the world itself would be a much better place. But if you look around the world right now, what do you see? You see a lot of people miserable, and you see a lot of people saying, gimme, 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 and you see a lot of people too mentally lazy to formulate their own thoughts, to go out and do the due diligence and actually ask questions. Why? Who am I? What am I? What is my purpose? See, they just want to experience the joy of consuming. They just want to be consumers. They don't want to be creators. And therein lies the problem. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys a couple of thoughts that I was thinking about this morning, because as I was going through my gratitude and saying, what am I grateful for? You know, I was like, I'm happy for my health. I'm happy for my mental abilities. I'm happy for my family. I'm happy and grateful for, you know, the dog, the cats, the rabbit. You know, I'm happy for the wind. I'm happy for the grass, the bees, the birds, the trees. You know, I just go through the things that, you know, low-hanging fruit, the things that make me happy, the things that I see, sunrises, sunsets, you know, stable environment. No war here in America yet. No neighbor against neighbor blowing each other fucking away over a can of beans, right? I understand these are things that could happen. These could be things that are inevitable. But again, what is the only thing that we have as human beings? The ability to choose how to deal with a situation, no matter how good or how bad it is. And again, the definitions of good or bad are what we impose on something. Oh, this food is not good. Okay, well, fuck that shit. Let me starve your ass for a fucking 2 weeks and give you the same food. I bet you'll say this is the most glorious fucking food I've ever eaten in my life. It's perspective. It's your mindset. It is your belief system. It is your expectations. Set your bars high on what you can do and what you're going to achieve and the things that are going to do that, but have a plan. Why? Why are you going through all of that? Why are you doing all the Herculean efforts to succeed? What's your goal? What's your purpose? What do you want? Right? What do you want? What's going to make you ultimately happy? And is that available around you right now? And you're just repackaging and repurposing it in a way and setting it on a pedestal far away, like, oh, I'm going to do this. Like how many times people will say, yeah, when I have time, I'm going to work out. When I work out, I'm going to have this fucking amazing body and I'm going to be super strong. I say, okay, well, why? What's the purpose for that? Are you going to be an athlete? Are you going to be a soldier? Are you going to need something that's going to require all of those muscles and everything else? Well, no, I just want, because it's going to make me feel good. Okay, it's going to make you feel good, but what's the real reason? That's what I'm getting to. You got to get to the gist of things. Well, I want to be happy. Okay, well, why do you want to, like, your body all yoked out like that's going to make you happy? Like, let's get to the point. There's a reason you're doing this. You got to be honest with yourself. Well, I want to fuck bitches. So you're looking for physical release, and, if you look super good, you're going to draw the women to you. Yeah. That's why motherfuckers buy flashy clothes, the cologne, they get the money, they get the car, they get a certain look, blah, 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 because they're trying to attract the mate, or they're trying to draw in the bitches, if you want to just be ghetto about it. So now that person understands the truth and the motivation why they're doing certain things. Now that could be superficial and shallow. Oh, I want to look good so I can draw in, the potential mate. I am not. Me and my wife had this conversation years ago. My wife said, well, what if I was ugly? I said, well, if you're fucking ugly, we probably wouldn't have hooked up. We wouldn't have got together. She goes, well, that's fucked up. I'm like, no, I'm being real. Because part of the initial infatuation or the initial coupling, there's a physical aspect of things. It's very rare that a couple will couple up from being super friends and, they have all the emotional wiring and everything else. But if there's just not the physical chemical reaction between two people, then procreation and that's probably unlikely, right? So just being real. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying. So yeah, getting in shape and being able to look good to draw on the other one. Because I told my wife the same thing. I said, well, what if I was a big fat fucking slob at the time? Would you be got with me? And she hesitated, and then she begrudgingly said, no, I guess not. I said, there you go, right? Because my wife, even to this day, she's fucking hotter than the sun, right? And so, even when she's being down on herself, saying, oh man, I need to work out more, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, honey, you're still the hottest thing ever, right? And I holler at her every fucking day. You did drive her fucking nuts. Like, I holler at her in the middle of sleep. Wake up, hey, you're fucking sexy. She's like, shut up and go to bed. All right, whatever. So, getting back to mindset and expectations and being in the now, you need to figure out, what really are you searching for? What makes you happy? What is the thing? And that's what I told my son. My son said, I don't know. I said, well, you like games? He goes, yeah, I like games, but I'm tired of them. I said, okay, well, why? That sounds like a problem. What in the games is problematic for you? What don't you like? And he thought about that. I said, come up with a game system. I said, let's take massive role-playing online games, MMORPGs. I said, some people hate the grind. Some people hate the fighting. I said, so what if you had a system that handled that? So, for example, you hate grinding, but you like to do the questing with the fighting and everything else, but you don't like grinding. You don't want to go grab materials and mats and stuff like that to make recipes for cooking, or to go mine for materials to make armor or whatever. You don't like that part of the game. You hate that. But what if every hour that you played, there was a 10-minute credit, and then however many enemies that you fight and you kill without dying adds up to a multiplier. So, you kill 100 things, and so that ends up being like a 10x multiplier, and you played for fucking 5 hours. So let's just do 6 hours. So you get an hour of credit times 10. You get 10 hours of, grind time. So you say, I want grind time for this, this, and this, and then you log out. And now you're spending your day doing what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And then you log back in, and it shows you the yield of the grind. Here's all the mats that were gained, and some of these were special, rare mats, and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And there you go. Problem solved. He looked at me like this. And I could see his brain was churning. And that is the genesis, and that is the magnificence of human beings. We have, and that's the only reason human beings survive, incidentally, with all the other animals and shit around us, is we have our fucking brains. So what do? If we look for problems and we find solutions, and make no mistakes, the solutions can be teeny tiny. Here's a perfect example. I see some trash on the ground. I could just ignore it and the trash piles up, or I could bend down, pick it up, throw it away. There's a problem I saw. The solution was to clean it up. I did. Now, if everybody did that exact same action, it'd be very doubtful there'd be a lot of trash floating around. Because imagine all the people walking around and they see trash, picking it up. Trash, pick it up. Trash, pick it up. That's why I'm saying each one of us can be part of the greater solution. But it requires, first and foremost, we solve ourselves. I have a quote that sits up on my board here. There's two of them. One is Necessities malice, which means don't give in to misfortune. And the second is be the change you want. Be the change you want. So if the world is not to your liking and the world is and you're like, fuck this place. Okay. Well, what would you like the world to be? And start making that happen. So that's it, guys. I just want to get in here real quick, share my thoughts on positivity and also assessing what you want and knowing sometimes we do all the busy work and everything else and we don't need to. Because what you really want for happiness is right fucking in front of you. And you might not even be paying attention to it. And so pay attention before it's too late. All right. That's it, guys. I'll do more of these little videos, and hopefully this will help some people kind of think some things through and everything else, because I know as I'm coming across these things, I'm like, fuck, why have I been making myself so fucking miserable? And I've had some of these thoughts for a while, and then as you're going through your day and you spend time reading, because I've been reading and I've been doing a lot of exploration into how to better myself and finding out what are other people's points of views on things and then analyzing those and going, I like that. Here you go. So the Code of Bushido, the different things like that. There's a lot of different things you can go and look at that help you frame your day and frame your thoughts and everything else. But every day is glorious because it is full of possibilities. And that should make you excited because every day is a day where you can learn something new. You can experience something new. I mean, you're going to experience all kinds of stuff, but sometimes those experiences, those are new experiences of something that's like, wow. It's like chasing a dragon after that. And you get the good one, you're like, man, I want another one of those. So try to every day fill your day with stuff that betters you, empowers you, gives you clarity on situations, and just makes a better you. All right? All right, guys, that's it for now. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Go out, live life to the fullest. Ride the bus till the wheels fall off. Have some adventures, get some scars, find that love and all that jazz, and I will see you motherfuckers next time.